Hey everybody, this is Fiery Fire and wanted to bring you guys this time something new, branching out to a new game. I know most of you guys haven't heard about Torchlight, and right now I'm in the character selection screen, so just follow and kind of read the description of what's what and what's going on. But Torchlight, in my opinion, is probably the closest thing we're going to see to Diablo 3. A lot of the makers from Diablo 2 and Diablo 1 branched off, similar to like Dota and like League of Legends and Heroes and New Earth, and just kind of created a separate product in the meantime to kind of fill the void. Okay, so this kind of reminds me of Diablo plus League of Legends graphics, and we're gonna go through the first couple of quests. So just kind of demo you guys, you know, what this game's about. It's pretty fun. So I know the only drawback with Torchlight is that, well, Torchlight 2 is coming out, so we're looking forward to that. But there's no multiplayer, right? So it's basically Diablo for a single player. It's like an RPG type. And if you're one of those people that loves, you know, just take your own time, explore the worlds and stuff, and you don't really want to deal with other human interaction, then Torchlight's for you. But Torchlight 2 is going to involve a multiplayer aspect of it, and that's going to be tremendous. Okay, that's going to appease a lot of people and maybe take this game to new heights. And here we go. So I'm basically with an archer, an Amazon, if you guys have to relate it back to D2. And we're kind of just exploring the town at the moment, see what's going on. You can see on the top right there's a mini-map. There's all the NPCs around, and I disabled tooltips just right now just because, well, you know, if you're a veteran to this, you kind of know what's what. If you go P, it brings up certain screens. If you kind of look, and you have different spells. Like I have Ricochet, which basically is if you right-click, if you look at the bottom, there's the left-click, right-click, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you see like magnifying glass, pause button, red, green, health and mana, and then there's left click, right click, and then your tab. So tab, you can switch between different spells and whatnot. It's very
over
easy,
here.
but and here we go. Look at Brink. So this is one of the quests we're about to I think do today, or at least unlock. So I'm not sure which quests we're doing, but just kind of follow along as everything is real time. And here we go. Okay, it looks like her name is Syl, and that she wants us to accompany his companion, or her companion, Brink, because he's foolishly running off like Leroy Jenkins to battle. So let's see how it goes. Remnant for the Ulrich's journal basically just shows that he got there, Torchlight, which is the town, and wanted to explore the tunnels below. However, he just found that, you know, it's very lucrative, kind of like Ember being there, but there's dangers and troubles, bosses and traps and all that good stuff that really make Torchlight a fun game. Very simplistic, not too in-depth at the moment, but hopefully with number 2 coming out, it's going to be really good, really fun to play, and definitely something that'll just suck up everybody's time until Diablo 3 comes out. Kind of like what League of Legends and Han are to Dota 2, Ice Frog. So, Orden Mines, floor 1, here we go. I have a pet, and yeah, so he's going out as a dog. I set him on defensive stance on the top left. You can set him to aggressive, which basically means he's going to hunt everybody, or you can set him defensive, which is after who you attack, or if someone attacks you, or just passive, like if you just don't want to aggro anybody or anything, you want to run through a specific part of the, I guess, cavern. So here we go. I'm left clicking to move, and I'm left clicking to attack. And the fun thing about this is it's very interactive. So you can see like critical strikes and all that, and it's just very cartoon graphics. You know, it's something that could or could not work out for it, but we'll see how it goes. Like I said, here you can see my resolution, 1920, very high everything. But here and then we're checking out at, okay, Alt Brink is the first quest, and I think that's what we're gonna be doing as well. But also, Bazman has asked us to find a piece of Gleaming Ember in the mines. I don't know what that is, but we'll find out. And I just simply got this game a couple days ago. It was recommended to me by a couple friends, and since everybody's waiting for Diablo 3, so, you know, for the ones who can't wait, here we go. So left clicking, and eventually I'm going to test my right click, which is like a bounce shot. So the ricochets, hits once, you know, like ricochet, you bounce off, you know, multiple damage to multiple enemies. Obviously each enemy that gets hit gets a reduction in terms of the percentage of the initial damage from the ricochet. You can bring up my character tab on the left there, and checking out the Foreman's table, dropping, and if you want to bring up like what's what, you want to hold Alt. Alt kind of just shows what's going on, so you're able to see all the items and what's happening instead of manually finding it, because with so many colors on the screen, it's kind of hard sometimes because everything kind of blends in. After a certain point, especially if there's so much chaos and action on the map. Here we go. Here's a miner. He basically says there's like creatures behind the walls, and yeah, kind of like Lord of the Rings type stuff. There's goblins around, and you can kind of see them on the left side of the screen. I have my trustworthy dog up as in presence, to command a presence. Definitely the meaning behind it. Don't want to just name him for the sake of naming him. And there's definitely burrows around the shoe. So this looks like a good game so far. So hopefully, kind of as we dive into the rest of the episode, I'm gonna bring you maybe 1 or 2 quests per episode, depending on how things go, on how the reaction is for everybody. Because if no one cares, then it doesn't really matter. But you never know. So right now you can also switch between if you press W. And look, I'm looking at right now, I think a practice bow for number 2. And if I alternate to number 1, it's going to be a gun. Yeah, the guns are pretty nice because some of them have kickback, and so you can kind of crowd control CC when you're in a tight spot, especially if your special abilities can do the same as well. So you can really just manipulate the situation. And there you go. That was kind of my R, or my second right click in action, my specialty, Ricochet. Pretty neat stuff, pretty powerful. And I'm just going around right now, hitting some of the buildings. You see the gold, see the barrels. Looks so far, there's, I think a Barbarian too, and also like a Warlock type character. Obviously not as in-depth as in terms of the character choices, but just the basics. So for those of you who like the melee action, you want to go with the Barbarian. Or for those of you who guys want to nuke from with magic, you go with the Warlock, which is like the Alchemist or something. And for like a, in-between type, you pick the Amazon, or in this case, I don't even know what the name is. So everything is so new. Haste. Okay, so I found a spell, Haste, and essentially that's increased attack speed and movement for about 7 seconds, I believe. Yeah, 7 seconds. So a good opportunity, kind of like to just nuke. If you have your pet or kind of drawing fire or like a friendly helper, you can just cast Haste and just attack from behind. And just get, your DPS and just kind of plow the roads with the Stout Club. Definitely, it just brings back a lot of nostalgic memories. I remember about town portals, scrolls of Identify. I mean, it's basically a straight ripoff in a way. So in terms of taking time to get acquainted with everything, it shouldn't be that bad, and it goes by quick. I mean, I was able to kind of finish some of this. Well, this much in just a few minutes so far. So we'll see how far it goes. Oh, and here it stops for a bit. I accidentally alt-tabbed, and so they need to maybe have something where, because if you hold alt to identify and you're trying to press 1 or 2, sometimes your finger slips and you hit tab. And yeah, so that's why everything freezes, because then I gotta come back in the game and then turn on fraps and all that type of stuff. Shooting these globs right now, they yield about 14 gold, 11.6 damage, 19 per shot. So not bad. Making my way, critical strike there, 31. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Making a way across. Not too much action at the moment. I am on the hard difficulty, so maybe if things turn out too easy, I may do like an extra godlike mode, just cause. But we'll see how it goes. Going with the barrel. Pausing. I don't know what I'm pausing for. I think I had a phone caller at this point, but who knows. But checking out the inventory. Potion. So 1 activates the healing potion. I want to return back to town portal. I completed my mission, and just gonna kind of end it here. See what happens. Want to basically complete my quest. So the ones with the exclamation points, as you know, like in World of Warcraft, they're new quests, question marks, and we did find a Gleaming Ember. I mean, I didn't even know what that was. I was just kind of talking and going along with everything else, but that's kind of what quest 1 was, and level up. So with the Gleaming Ember quest completed. That's it for episode 1, so stay tuned for episode 2 as we proceed along with Torchlight, and until next time, FF out.